Ladies and gentlemen, it is a bonus episode, if you will, because we have just finished our top five series, my top five series of my favorite jerseys, my top five jerseys of each NHL team, including a couple exits with a couple defunct teams. And first off, we made the journey, and I do, as we like to say on here, I do appreciate you. We appreciate you, and we just want to keep this channel going. So I made a decision to find something that I could just put as as pretty much as a productive and a progressive topic. And it worked out fairly decent. A lot of them had some good views. We even did some teams that no longer exist. We did Atlanta. We did the North Stars. We did the Golden Seals, and we did the Hartford Whalers. You guys contributed. You like what you see? There is a thing right here, subscribe button. If you definitely want to go back, hit that thing and go back and see any of your favorite teams. Check them out. Throw a comment, chuck a like if you like any of the videos. We did all 32 teams and all the other knickknacks as well. But this one is going to be right here, and it is a little bit of an encore because it's going to be the All-Star jerseys. Now, I'm not going to make this video legitimately. I'm not going to make this video real long, but because I just basically kind of burnt through this because recently I've just had a lot of personal stuff going around. I had a passing in the family, so a lot of stuff going around to try to get more content out, but I wanted to get this up. Now, as always, when I did this entire progression and this subject and these videos, I did everything in my homework. It's kind of a college exam type of thing now. I did everything through the NHL uniform database. It gives you all the teams, including defunct teams of the old eras, and all the current teams, and like I said, defunct teams. And there is a spot, as you can tell, there's a spot here for the All-Star jerseys where you will see all the templates that they did, the time frames that they did, and everything in between, and give you quick descriptions. Now, I'll give you like a real quick description. If you want to, I mean, I'm not going to make a total long video about the All-Star game. That you can actually go on the NHL uniform database, Google it if you have to, and it will tell you like they did something called in 1934. And the progression, they did something in 47. And let's just make it long story short. The NHL did all this stuff, and then they started making the conferences, the Clarence Campbell Conference and the Prince of Wales Conference. They did all those, and then the realignment time where they started to make them the Eastern and Western Conference. And then recently, after the Reebok era, the Adidas era, they started making all four divisions play each other, or at least the two divisions on each conference play each other. Winner plays for $1 million. And it's not a bad thing because they went to the 3-on-3. They went to the 3-on-3 type of thing when they started doing the adaptations. And I'm actually going to do this real quick here. And it was one of those years. It doesn't say it immediately, but that way it was one of the smartest things that the NHL did was change the NHL format and make it 3-on-3. And it's really it's a fantastic thing for the fans to see. And it started changing that up a little bit, and then it started adapting a little bit more when the Olympics came around, and the Olympics started becoming every 2 years, and they fixed that up in the late 90s to early 2000s, where it was the Summer Olympics. 2 years later, it's the winter, and vice versa, and the Olympics became the Olympic break for the NHL, and the NHL players got to play in the Olympics. So there's so much to go into, so much in all-star games and everything else. A lot of people just, they keep forgetting about exactly what it's about and everything like that. Some people don't even want to do the all-star game because they want to save themselves ready for the second half of the year. So I'm just going to let's just do this right now. And I'm going to try to flip back and forth because I try to just get snaps and run through this real quick because there's a lot of great designs on here. And I had to choose a handful. I did not even make an honorable mention. Let's just go right to them. I don't even know if I have 10 on my page, but let's just try it out. I'm going to go number 10, and I'm going to pick the 2012. And I'm honestly don't. And let me just figure out. I messed my OBS up. I don't remember off the top of my head where all these games were. Now, this was 2012. If you have an idea, throw a comment in, and I'm going to try to peek at it. But some of them I'm going to figure out. Some of them, and some of them I'm not necessarily going to figure out immediately off the top. Because I'm basically toying with this right now, and if anybody remembers where some of these are, and I will have a handful, I'll know a couple of them, but if you do remember, throw a comment in. So the 2012 one, simple enough. Eastern Western Conference, the stars, the stuff underneath the arms. Sometimes All-Star jerseys, you make them. Sometimes you have to make them. You have to make them pop. It's more than basically a reverse retro, more than a stadium series, and you're going to have the NHL shield on it. So let's move on. I'm going to go to this one, the 2019 one. Now, this one they also did the four divisions, but this one now I can definitely obviously tell you this one. I can definitely say this one that this one was done in San Jose, and these jerseys I'm going to still try to find this jersey in the Penguins. These were done. This was Adidas that did it, I believe, and these jerseys were done through the recycle through the like the recycled material, which is one of the reasons why they wanted to push these a lot. I think this was the Atlantic Division that they were in the divisions, and this was one of the big things they wanted to put for the recycled material that they did. And San Jose hosted the All Star game in 19. Let's move on. Now, this one right here, if I recall, was the '01 All Star game in which this was North America versus the world. You just make the big stripe in the chest with the logo, and it was the blue for North America and red for the world. And in case people don't remember, I believe I have to be double check me, and please, this stuff is still new to me. 2 years I've been doing a YouTube channel. The white jerseys, I think the goalies wore those, I think, because as you can tell, we had Brodeur and Hasek on those. So this was a unique jersey to have the number below the NHL shield and that torso stripe, the chest stripe up top. Give them credit, and it was North America versus the world at the time. I will move on, and I will go to this one, which was the '09 one. Just red, white, and blue, simple enough. East and West. Stars on the one side, and this was actually a fairly decent one. I'm not going to remember where all these came from. I'm just going to basically pretty much just go by whatever the jerseys would have, because remember these are supposed to stand out and multicolored on the side, stripes on the side, logo on the one side. This was also decent in '09. Let's just go to '08, red and white, blue and white. This one was simple, stars on the sides. This actually should be in my top five. This is about as all-star jersey as you can get. Ovechkin, Nicholas Lindstrom, and this is sick. This was actually really, really dope. And I'm trying to look hardcore in those, and it's so hard to find where they're looking at. I should have done more research, but I'm just looking at the jerseys and I'm just burning through them. I will go to this one though. I do know this one was, I believe, in Nashville, and I have to double check because I see the three stars on the side. That's usually a tip from the Nashville Predators. But I could be wrong. I mean, I could be wrong, but I do like the setup. I like the color schemes on these, and it's really, really sharp on this. 2016 is what this. I'm just going to flip back because you can actually see where all the templates they came from. Now, when I hit these, it doesn't tell me where they were done, but it just tells me what they were. And obviously enough, you can just check these out. Oh my God, there's a handful of these that you can just check out. That you can check out. Let's just go to this one here. Now, obviously, this you can tell here. This one was the one done in St. Louis. This was also done with the materials that were the recycled materials. And all it is, the 5 bars and the logo is in total color with their actual color. The Penguin logo would be in gold with white essence. This was sharp. I really enjoyed this jersey. I really did. And I should keep this in my higher up, but there's some people that don't like the All-Star jerseys, but it's just, I mean, if you find one, good, more power to you, especially with those that, if they had multiple jerseys and they were going to play another game if they won their first one for the four corners. This one is going to be the 2022. This is also right up there with the East West. Most of the jerseys that they did later on, as we got past the pandemic, they just put the big logo right in the front. That's all they did. Stars on there. They had the corner striping on the bottom. This is straight as easy as you can get. You may still find this jersey for dirt cheap somewhere. I don't know about Fanatics, but you can check. I could be at number two, but or something like that. But this is also going to be up there, and this actually is this one and this one. Now this one is actually going to be. I'm going to go back, and I believe if I'm mistaken, I have to double check the thing and everything. It's definitely going to be 1993 that they did it. It was done back in '89 through '91. This is what I remember: Prince of Wales, Clarence Campbell. These are the jerseys. Heck, I remember when Lemieux and was playing in this game, and the Penguins had the All Star game at the Civic Arena, the Mellon Arena back then, and he scores like 15, 20 seconds into the game, and they just go off. So this is probably up there one of my favorite All Star jerseys. So is the white one. Gretzky had those many years, but I will put number one is going to be it's going to be pretty much this one here. This is actually the 2023 because it mimicked the 96 ones that they came out. I still remember these from way back when. And it was the old logos and that, and then they just redid them. Almost this is kind of reverse retro-esque with the star, the striping on the bottom. And I don't remember where this one was. I think this was in LA, I think. And I'm not sure off the top of my head, but they I can't remember off the top when 2023 what where that was played at. But the jersey itself is legendary, and I remember these. If you remember way back, I think this is the one Owen Nolan had when he pointed at the goaltender and called a shot. But this is my favorite All Star jersey. I remember those jerseys well, but there were so many different ones. So like you see this, and I'm just going to clean everything up here. There were so many different ones. Go on the NHL uniform database, as you can tell, as you can see, a whole bunch of different ones here. Um, I did have, as many people saw, this is the one from 2024 when the All Star game was in Toronto. I have that jersey there. I'm hoping someday I'll send that in and get Crosby's name and number on it. But this was the Justin Bieber one. He designed that one, and that was his. I didn't put that one in my top in my list just because it was something that, well, he did, but he wanted something. You want to do something different. So, but as you can tell, you can see on the bottom here, the 2024 tournament game, the four jerseys designed by with Justin Bieber's Drew House fashion line. So, and reinstitutes that. It was used. So you get a little bit of a side kicking on that for all the jerseys that were done in that. There's so many different ones. If you have a favorite one, put a comment in. If you know exactly where most of these games were, put a comment in. But I look at my thing and I'm like, I've done enough. So I'm going to shut the bar down. Trust me, I'm pretty much ecstatic that you guys have hung out with me this entire time to do my top five jerseys of each team. But I'd like to definitely hear from you because I'd like to have some continuation of something. Do I want to do something else? Do I want to try to do, the AHL? Do I want to do East Coast Hockey League? Do I want to do the junior hockey leagues, West Coast, Western Hockey League, Ontario, the Quebec Junior? Should I do those? Do you want me to do like my favorite ones? Throw a comment in. What would you like me to do next? Maybe it's just something, excuse me, for what I will attempt to try to do next. Bar is closed. This entire situation, this entire phase of Jimmy Jam Sessions is closed. The top five series is over, unless I find something else that brings me to feeling that is a little bit more interesting. Thank you again. Bar is closed again. I shall see you guys in the next one. And these are the NHL hockey jerseys. This is supposed to be a hockey channel, but I do a lot of stuff, other stuff on here. But you guys make it possible for me to continue doing something as a little bit of a side hobby for me. And it's going pretty well. And I thank you. Let's keep this going.